My backyard was my sanctuary, a small patch of green nestled between fences and flower beds. It was the one place where I could unwind, sip my morning coffee, and enjoy some peaceful sunbathing in solitude. I cherished those quiet moments where the world felt still and the sun warmed my skin just right. But then Karen discovered my backyard sunbathing spot. At first it was subtle. I'd step outside early in the morning with my towel, only to find Karen already sprawled on the lawn, soaking up the rays. She never said a word, just smiled and kept tanning like she owned the place. I politely mentioned that it was my backyard and asked if she could sunbathe elsewhere. Karen just laughed it off, saying, "Oh, it's such a nice spot. I thought you didn't mind." I tried to explain that my yard was private property, not a public beach, but Karen seemed blissfully unaware of boundaries. The next time she showed up, I watched her settle into the same exact spot, pulling out a large beach towel and lying down with sunglasses and a magazine. I figured I could ask again, but she was already too comfortable to leave. That's when I decided a little creative intervention was necessary. I ordered the biggest, most obnoxious giant umbrella I could find online, one of those massive commercial-grade sunshades you see at outdoor cafes. It was a bright, bold red, impossible to miss, with a crank handle to open and close it. The plan was simple. If Karen was going to claim my sunbathing spot, I'd make sure it was permanently shaded on purpose. The next morning, I woke up early and installed the umbrella directly over the exact spot Karen usually claimed. I anchored it firmly in the ground and adjusted it so it blocked the sun perfectly during her usual tanning hours. When Karen arrived, she walked right onto the lawn, pulled out her towel, and lay down, expecting the warm sun to greet her. Instead, she found herself under a giant red umbrella, the shade covering every inch of her spot. She squinted up at the fabric, bewildered. "What is this?" I strolled out with my coffee and said casually, "Thought you might like a bit of shade. Since you love sunbathing here so much, I figured you wouldn't mind not getting any sun." Karen blinked, adjusting her sunglasses, clearly annoyed. "You can't just block the sun like that." "Well, I can," I replied with a smile. "This is my yard after all." Over the next few days, Karen kept showing up, but the umbrella stayed firmly in place, casting a wide shadow. She tried moving around it, but the coverage was so broad that finding a sunny patch was nearly impossible. Her tanning sessions shrank from hours to mere minutes, and eventually she stopped coming altogether. I reclaimed my backyard sanctuary, sunbathing peacefully under the open sky once again. Sometimes when someone won't respect your space, a little shade literally does the trick. And a giant red umbrella? Well, it's the perfect mix of subtlety and statement.